story told by his great grandmom, which he still remembers and he liked that a lot. The name of that story was Sottu Sorugu Kannam, which translates to draw, hope and cheat. And when I asked him the moral related to this story, he said it will have a number of interpretations, but the one which I liked the most was, no matter in how much of a difficult situation you are, you can somehow manage and come out of it. That's what he learned from this story. So Charan would be delivering his CC8 today, and his speech evaluator is Mr. Chokalingam. Would like Chokalingam to tell the objectives of the speech.
Thank you, Dr. Charan is going to be project 8. Get comfortable with visual aids. The main objectives are: select visual aids that are appropriate for your message and the audience. Use visual aids correctly with ease and confidence. Timer, please note the time, 5 to 7 minutes.
Toastmaster Charan, game changer. Toastmaster Charan.
As a kid, I hated losing more than anything else. It was my father's nightmare. Whatever game we used to play, I forced him to let me win. Otherwise, I just went to the corner and sat sulking. My favorite game used to be Carom, because it was very easy to win in that. Why wouldn't it be? Because I started all the games with the coins stacked on the opposite pockets rather than at the center. And even when my father used to pocket a few coins by back shots, I used to cry. He didn't dare touch them the next game. But he realized that I had to be taught to lose. So he decided to play the role of a game changer. He took Carom away and gave me this. He taught me chess because he thought that I won't be able to cheat in chess as I did in Carom. But in Carom also, I was supposed to start with the coins in the middle. But did I? The same behavior continued with chess, although in a slightly different manner. Whenever I felt that I was losing, I used to take my moves back. If my father didn't agree, I used to thrash the board and run away. He had had enough. He took me and enrolled me in chess coaching. There, my master saw my behavior and decided to throw me at the deep end of the pool. Within a month of starting classes, he made me compete in a tournament with hundreds of other players, most of whom were far more experienced than me. I was stuck. I couldn't just trash the board and run away. By the end of the tournament, I had a couple of wins. But more importantly, I had many genuine losses. After the tournament, my master called me and said, "It's okay to lose. But the more important thing is to learn from those losses and to not repeat the mistakes which led to those losses." Over the years, chess has taught me many things. To be patient, to be strategic, to think ahead. Most importantly, it taught me to take responsibility for my actions. Because like the squares on this board, the game itself is black and white. You win, it's on you. You lose, it's on you. Black and white. But still, chess was nothing more than a game to me. Until one day, it became a game changer. One day, out of curiosity, I asked my chess master, "Sir, what is your favorite piece?" I was expecting him to show me the queen and tell me this was his favorite piece, this most powerful piece on the board worth 9 points. But to my surprise, he took the one piece that could easily fit in the palm of his hands. He showed me the pawn and told me that this weakest piece on the board worth only 1 point was his favorite piece. I was surprised. Seeing my reaction, he proceeded to explain. Charan, each of the pieces on the board have a real significance. The king signifies the ruler. The queen, ruler's commander who executes the king's orders. The knights signify the soldiers, the bishops signify the religious leaders, and the pawn signifies a common man like you and me. Alone, this common man is weak, the least powerful piece on the board. But together, they form an army of 8. And without the cooperation of this army, without the push of a pawn, the game cannot happen. This common man can take only one step ahead at a time, but he always moves forward, never backwards. He faces all attacks head on and keeps moving forward. And when he finally comes across all adversities and reaches the final rank, he can become anything he wants, even the most powerful piece on the board. This conversation with my master made me realize how chess was not just a game. The more I thought about it, the more I realized how it was influencing my day-to-day life decisions. Toastmasters, let me tell you something. A perfect game of chess does not exist. Mistakes are made in every game, and it's up to the players to rectify those mistakes within that game. We will not be able to determine all the outcomes of a game. The best that we can do is to move forward with an intuitive sense, guided but not based on perfect calculations or conclusions. Same way, there is no perfect life. Just like chess, life is about intuitions and pursuing perfection. But mistakes will be made. And it's upon us to rectify those mistakes, learn from them, and not repeat them. It's important to learn to lose. But it's also important to learn to not give up. For it does not matter what comes off the board, but what remains. And as long as the king remains, the game is not over. What do you think?